What up YouTube? Roshad here. I got another video. This time I'm talking about E3 2021. So y'all might not have known that I was keeping up with E3 the entire time. I'm way late to the game on videos for it because I don't do as many like reaction videos and stuff anymore, but I have been keeping up with it. I just wanted to give one video with my overall thoughts on everything that I saw and what I personally feel as though is actually worth paying attention to, because a lot of the content and a lot of the trailers that they showed were doo-doo butter, trash, 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 trash. Nothing really significant to really care about, to be honest with you. So some things in kind of like these really niche categories that some people may care about, but for me personally, I kind of just keep up with a lot of the really mainstream stuff, and that's really it. If it's not like a really heavy hitter, then I don't really care about it. So I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I felt like were the most crucial, critical games of E3 2021. Let's get into it. Before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all my latest videos. Hit me up on social media and go ahead and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on everything I post on this channel. Kazuya being announced in Smash literally made me holler at the screen. With the additions of Cloud and Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII and even freaking Banjo-Kazooie, combined with Kazuya being announced, the guy who apparently can survive being thrown off a cliff as a little kid, we now have the equivalent of a polished version of Mugen, where all our favorite characters are all stacked into like this giant all-star fan fiction type roster, which is just incredible, to be honest with you. This was an amazing announcement and it was totally unexpected. Good stuff to Sakurai. This man straight up dropped his meat on the table right at the beginning of the presentation. Bravo. Metroid is one of my all-time favorite game series. It's a damn shame that it gets so little love. Even though I wanted Prime 4, we instead got Dread, and instead, I'm a little mixed on how I feel about that, because I love the idea of Metroid 5 and all, and a continuation from Fusion, but I was really looking forward to Prime 4. However, regardless, Metroid is still one of my favorite series of all time, and Dread does look pretty damn good, so I'm excited to hell to play it later on this year.
Did you miss me?
Warioware has always looked fun, but I was getting a lot older around the time that the series kind of rose to dominance, like around its heyday, like with the DS and 3DS and all that stuff. Get It Together looks like it's a good opportunity for me to kind of get more into the series and do some two-player Carnage. Maybe I'll film some of that and put it on the channel when the game releases. It's kind of an unexpected announcement, but it's welcome for me to finally try out the series and give it a fair shot. Mario Party Superstars claims to have the best minigames for the entire series and 5 game boards from the N64 era, which I do believe to be the best boards from the entire series. All the game modes are supposed to have online play, which is essentially just a mic drop. They're telling us that the best minigames from the entire series, most of them were from the original 64 era, are all going to have online play. That shit's tight. You don't get much more crucial than that. I can't wait to ruin new friendships that I build up with new streamers, old friendships with old friends. I cannot wait to see these friendships fall apart as I get all these W's against them in all these crazy N64 unfair Mario Party minigames. The Breath of the Wild sequel doesn't have an official title yet, but who the hell cares? It looks like it's going to be a great game. They've already showcased new abilities and story elements, travel mechanics. This is one thing that I felt like just had to be at E3. Between Metroid Prime 4 and Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel, I just felt like I just didn't really care that much about anything else. We pretty much already knew about a lot of other stuff that was coming, and a lot of other stuff was revealed in other trailers that came either before E3 or during E3. Maybe some stuff that we didn't really care about that much, but this is one of the things that we were waiting 2 years on for some new footage, and we finally got it. I'm gonna go ahead and sink a solid 100+ hours of my life into this, and I'm gonna be happy as hell about it. There's a couple honorable mentions like Psychonauts 2, which I am pretty excited about, but not as much as like everything else, for example. Certainly not as much as like Metroid Dread or Zelda, Mario Party, stuff like that. Even though there's not a whole lot of Nintendo content on this channel, I actually really love Nintendo stuff. You can see the freaking Mario in the background, like right above my thumb. So I'm a big Nintendo guy. It's just that they don't really, or at least they haven't released a lot of games around the time like when I started this channel. And I actually love Sony PlayStation stuff as well. And Sony wasn't even really at E3. Another honorable mention is kind of Horizon Zero Dawn, or Horizon Forbidden West is what it's called. So that wasn't technically at E3. That kind of came before E3. So I wasn't necessarily counting it, but that's one of the games I'm also very much looking forward to. I'm not sure which one I prefer between Horizon series and the Zelda series. Probably leaning slightly more towards Zelda as a series, but Horizon, the game, I was a lot more impressed with than even Breath of the Wild. So we'll see. I think it's because of the story, and Horizon Zero Dawn is just a little bit more interesting, whereas Zelda has gameplay that's just a smidgen, a little bit more interesting because, you know, Zelda, all these puzzles and all this stuff, whereas Horizon doesn't really have puzzles. Whatever. Anyway, there's really not that much else. Halo Infinite, they showed some gameplay for that. I will be playing that on PC, so that's something else. But beyond that, that's really it, man. I feel like we needed more stuff. There was a couple other things, some other horror games. You know, there was that Fatal Frame remaster game, so I'm going to be playing that as well. But I mean, that wasn't like a heavy hitter. Like, you know, a lot of people don't even care about that. Overall, they kind of dropped the ball, man. You know, no Grand Theft Auto 6. You know, like, what is going on? We need more stuff. So hopefully it's just stuff in development and they're not ready to show it. They learned their lesson from the foolishness that happened with Cyberpunk 2077, and no one else wants to, you know, be forced out of their career as like the laughing stock of the industry because of stupid, foolish, dumb mistakes or anything. So we'll see what happens. Maybe next year will be better. What the hell? Who the hell knows? Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all checking the video out. Again, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, hit the notification bell, follow me on social media, all that jazz. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace!